Some of you may have heard of the Great Reset. That's the hiding in plain sight agenda of the World Economic Forum. They're one of the globalist institutions staffed by leftist elites that want to dictate how you live your life that I mentioned earlier. It was started by a chap named Klaus Schwab, who's run what is the equivalent of the Woodstock for the super rich and super powerful, Davos, for many, many years. Davos is on now, although there are fewer private planes parked there this year than normal. And it's not because they're practicing what they preach and they've all gone green and ditched the gas guzzlers, but it's because of coronavirus. The hypocrisy of these so-called leaders jetting in to lecture about the need to take urgent action on climate change by reducing emissions is positively laughable if they weren't so serious about making you pay the price. And the problem was that too many people were starting to laugh at the preposterous climate claims, most notably about humanity only having 5 years left to live on Earth. These claims, of course, were updated every 4 years or so to kick the annihilation plan down the road. And no one, or should I say with half a brain, can take them seriously anymore. So in the face of that mockery, a new plan was hatched, this time using coronavirus as the justification to make the very same changes. They've changed the title though. It's now called the Great Reset. And here is what the WEF Ubermeister has to say about it.
So in terms of changing our mindset, and here what is at the forefront is to create a new model, a new concept, a new definition of capitalism. Capitalism in the old definition comprises only financial capital, but actually human and social capital is and of course natural capital is as important as...
The Great Reset is only a new term to mask their previous failures to control economic and social foundations. The World Economic Forum is just a cabal of climate crusaders and social engineers. They think they know what is best for the rest of us. It's a veritable who's who of people you should actually be very concerned about. Prince Charles, Al Gore and climate child Greta Thunberg are among their throng. So is the Secretary General of the United Nations, the President of the European Central Bank, the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, George Soros, World Trade Union leaders, chief executives of all the big tech companies, and representatives of non-government organisations like Greenpeace and the World Wildlife Fund. Bizarrely, so too is Australian Greens Senator Sarah Hanson-Young. She even appears prominently on their website. Now, it says a lot when a senator elected to represent South Australia is on the anti-capitalist website featuring some of the greatest hypocrites in our lifetimes. It might even give you some cause for concern. Perhaps you could raise them with the senator. But having worked with her in the Senate, I will only say that birds of a feather do indeed tend to flock together. Or let me put it another way. You're much braver than me if you entrust your future to that lot. And yet, that is what more and more governments are actually doing. They're signing on to this transparently totalitarian agenda that threatens to change our business, our social and our educational interactions. But totalitarianism has always been a hallmark of the leftist. They want control and power because they think they know better than you do how you should live your life. And nothing they're doing today is entirely new. It is merely cloaked in a different garb. History shows that they will use whatever means are at their disposal to attain the end that they desire. They've employed the same tactics to captivate and convince others of the merits of this approach, with the end result being a disaster for all concerned.